Good morning. This is it. This is it. It's drawn to an end. They had enough. They done had enough, people. Happy Purge! Happy Purge, everybody. This is a truth or purge that's happened. The ancient saying a long time ago, they said first they came for Alex Jones, then they came for Telesur, then they came for me. Oh man, this is about drawing to an end, ladies and gentlemen. It's about curtains. They have no interest in your truth. There is no interest in the Underground Truth Railroad, because I think that's where we are. This is drawn to a close. It's the final takeover of alt, which I like. You know, I love the word alt. I love the word alternative. You know why? Because Harriet. I've been messed up big time. Harriet Tubman. She was the queen of alt. She was the first queen of alt, right? And what do I mean by that? Well, you had the North.
Yes, the writing is indeed
hold on. You had the North. They loved some slavery. They loved slavery so much they wanted the tax dollars from slavery, which is why they sent the army down south to get the tax dollars from slavery. In the South, they like slavery too. Now, mind you, wasn't everybody. It was a small population. However, the North loved some slavery, like the South did. And then you had these alt people. Alt people. They weren't left nor right. They weren't north nor south. They were alt. Harriet Tubman lead the alt Underground Railroad, full of a lot of good what y'all call white folk. And black folk in the North and the South that just didn't agree with the left and the right. Ooh, did I say left and right? I mean North and South. To make money off of conflict mineral slavery. Nothing's changed. Nothing. Absolutely nothing has changed. It's all still about money, 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 money. It had nothing to do with race, has nothing to do with the country you're from, has nothing to do, it's whether you're a psychopath or you're not. So I was sad to hear they got rid of Telesur. They got rid of Telesur. But I don't blame Mark. I don't blame Mark one bit. Marky, you watching, brother? I don't blame you. Solidarity, brother. Don't delete me. I don't blame Facebook at all. Listen, Facebook, they like their name, Facebook. They made the name up. They wanted to make a whole lot of money, honey. And all of a sudden, y'all got Mark in trouble because y'all silly enough to believe Russia fixed your elections. Y'all got all rootin' riled up. Yeah, we're gonna get back at Russia. Meanwhile, they had a plan. They had a plan all along. They were gonna come for alt. They were gonna come for those Harriet Tubmans. They were gonna get you. And that's what they did. That's what they did. So they got rid of Telesur. And if you're not familiar with Telesur, what is Telesur? Telesur was one of those alt Underground Railroad truth organizations that actually was talking about conflict minerals in South America and what the the North and the South, not the left and the right, the left and the right, how they're making a whole lot of money, blood money on conflict minerals from everybody from Chiquita Banana to Pepsi Cola to everybody, all them corporations down there making money, murdering people. They got them to believe that, oh, well, conflict minerals is all about Blood diamonds. Oh no, it only started with blood diamonds. Conflict minerals was everywhere. So now we got an underground truth railroad. I'm telling you, they're gonna delete me anyway. Mark, don't delete me, brother. Don't delete me, man. I don't blame you. I don't blame you, Facebook. I don't blame NATO book. I don't blame you guys. So now you won't hear anything about conflict minerals anywhere on NATO book because Telesur is gone. This is how they. We've been saying this for a minute. We've been saying this, trying to tell people that this is how they were going to play you. And you think killing Gaddafi and restarting slavery, that you think that was bad? Oh my gosh. You go ahead and wait. You go ahead and wait till Telesur loses their voice, because they were the only and main ones explaining about all the toppling and assassinations of legitimate governments all over South America. Now they're gone. You did that. I'm talking about you right there. Look, Russia did it. You did that. Now these people in South America, y'all gonna have to move. Just don't stay. Ain't no Harry Tubman coming for you. They shutting that down. Oh, that's gone. It's just a minute. Like I keep saying, I keep telling people, you need to go find yourself a platform somewhere with some free speech. The big ones, they can't help you. They can't help me. They can't help you, because you got so many of these gaslit people on the left, right. Trump is taking on the deep state, and the whole Obama administration didn't go do their corruption now. They all moved to Wall Street. Y'all know where they at? Look for Eric Holder and the rest of them. Y'all go look on Wall Street. They're all over there. Who did the video on that? Jimmy Dore. I just posted that out on my page, so go check it out on my page. But this is what's happening. This is a purge, y'all. This is a purge. Happy purge. Everybody wish everybody happy purge. Happy purge. This is only gonna be a minute. You're not gonna see this brown face talking junk here, not for much longer. They're gonna hit that button. Somebody watching right now. And they say like, you go ahead and say something about NATO. Go ahead and say something about our project to do conflict mineral slavery, slave plantation, rubber, cotton, cobalt, tin, all over the planet. Go ahead and say something Telesur says every damn day, trying to tell people that we got slavery hot and popping, and we got the left in America all happy, loving slavery. Oh Lord, this is it, y'all. This is it. They done came for him. But Harriet Tubman, she was the first queen of all. She was the queen. Actually, you know what? Maybe before that, because slavery went way back. The Egyptians had them. You don't believe me? Hold on, let me show you. We got this tile right here. I like to always show people stuff. They got this Egyptian tile here. Slavery has been here a long time. So I think you've always had an alt voice. What is an alt voice? An alt voice is just an alternative voice. It's just that, you know what? Well, I'm not sure that this king is better than that king. I'm not sure that that queen is better than that queen. Because ever since I've been here, the kings and queens, y'all been murdering people, enslaving people, and whipping people, and just acting a damn fool. And so maybe ain't none of y'all good. And so you always, I think, always had an alt voice. I think you always had a Tubman. And the Tubmans, though, they never had social media. That wasn't how they got to the people. There was like a word of mouth. People were a lot smarter. They could share information, work together, stuff like that. Nowadays, people just gaslit. This is what I don't think you can have freedom when you have organizations big enough to buy the kings and the lords and the government. I don't think you can, because, and this is why somebody correct me if I'm wrong. This is what I believe. I've been wrong before. I don't think democracy exists. I don't think it's a thing. I don't think democracy is a good thing. I think in a perfect world it is. We don't live in a perfect world. And if democracy is just the majority vote, if some really bad people own all of the media, which is why mainstream media is shutting down social media, all the alt voices, if they control the majority of what people think, how in the hell do you think you're going to have a democracy? How in the hell? Like, and I'm sorry, South America, I told y'all to move. Y'all should be packing your bags right now. Don't be, if you live in South America right now, pack your bags. Don't listen to this. This is the destabilization of your government will not be televised. Russiaphobia done saw to that. But if the mainstream media controls what the majority thinks, there's no way you can have a democracy, because they're going to control the democracy. They're going to control the majority of the gaslit people. And if they control the majority, it's happy slavery time. It's happy slave. So when that happens, you can hide the fact that I know I keep picking on Chiquita Banana, but damn it, it doesn't make no damn sense. Why Chiquita Banana still selling bananas in every damn grocery store all over my nation? Why? Why? Somebody tell me. How does that make any sense? They then went down there and murdered a couple tens of thousands of people, stole the land so they can grow some banana plantations so you could have a fruity, delicious, sugary treat to put inside of your cereal. How does that make any damn sense? Because they never put it on the media. That's how it makes sense. It'll grave. Well, I think it was on the media. They put Chiquita on there, didn't they? They kind of grazed the media. It's like when 29 kids get murdered in Yemen. It kind of just grazes the media, then it goes away. They're bombing Gaza and the West Bank. It just grazes the media and it goes away. Because everybody's so gaslit. They control the media. They control the minds of everybody. What did Harriet Tubman say? What did the Queen of Alt say? What did the Alex Jones of slavery say? I went there. Y'all see that? I went there. I went to, except that she didn't believe in multi-dimensional sex child molester. She didn't believe in that. I never heard that. I seen the meme, and she did say a quote. What was her quote? She said, "I saved thousands of slaves, but I could have saved a lot more if they knew they were slaves." And that's why we all going away. We going away. Happy Purge, happy Purge. I'm not big enough. It's an eyeball thing. When am I going away? I don't know. They're going to get me. They're going to get me. Because I'm not going to stop. I'm not a stopper. I don't think you should murder people. I think slavery's a bad thing. I think forcing people and taking their guns is bad. I think the word is force is bad. If you put force in front of it, I'm already against it. So whether I don't care you believe in the vaccine cult or not, that's up to you. That's your thing. I'm not, but if it has force in front of it, you want to force and take somebody's gun. You want to force and take somebody's children. You want to force and separate children from the parent. The left been doing it, the right doing it too. Immigration, and they all do it. They dance and sing together. They just lie to you. If you want to force and do it, I'm against it. I'm always against it. But now they're forcing the shutdown of anybody speaking alternative. Where the hell is Harriet at? I got to do something. Hold on. I got to do something. To put the Egyptian slaves away. Where Harriet? Harriet, come back. Come here, girl. Where you at? Let's get Harriet back up here. Put the Egyptian slaves away. This is the Queen of Alt. This is the Alex Jones of slavery. Hold on. Where Linda? Where Linda? I got to bring Linda out. Where Linda? Because we got to run tell that. Where Linda? Oh, there she go. Run tell that. We about to run tell that, y'all. We going to run tell that. We got to run tell that. So Telesur is gone. That means conflict minerals is in. NATO, the official takeover of Facebook is done. It is now NATO book, facebook.gov. Thank you, Russiaphobia. Everybody get a left hand. Thank y'all, the police state is done. We're so happy, So now the rest of the world like, what that got to do with me? What that got to do with you? You think your country's being invaded now is bad? You think big banks and the influence in your country, your nations, you think my government calling all y'all, because y'all regimes. I'm going to tell you, regime, you know what the definition of regime is? Not agree with America. Regime. Like, look at Turkey right now. Regime. Why is Turkey a regime? Because Turkey didn't let that pastor go. That's what happens. That's how it goes. You didn't let that pastor go. What did they devalue? Their currency's been like falling like 40-some% against the dollar because they didn't shut it down. This is how it works. It's how it goes. Say, oh, well, you're just talking about the left. Oh, I'm talking about the left. I'm pissed. Because this is how they do it. They play good cop, bad cop, right? So the position of the right in my country, how it's working right now, is they're supposed to be gaslit, cheering Trump, everything he does. And he just corrupt as Obama was. And now on the left, what's happening with the left? The left is pushing the police state. We got to shut it down. Aligning with the FBI. The same FBI that killed Martin Luther King. The same one. And it's time to run tell that because we don't have much time left. This is it. So what's happening? It's an eyeball purge. That's what's happening. It's all about eyeballs. The bigger your voice is, the quicker you're going to get shut down. If you were saying anything contrary, if you're saying anything that the wars are bad, if you're saying conflict minerals are bad, if you're saying slavery is bad, if you're saying anything about the Constitution, if you're saying anything about freedom and self-determination, if you're saying anything positive, you're going to go away. Once you get a big enough eyeball count, you're going to go away. So you better move your butt to BitChute. You better move your butt to YouTube. You better move your butt somewhere. Just butts everywhere. Everybody's put your butts everywhere. Everyone just get butts. And butts should be everywhere, because if it's all in one place, it's gonna. And this might be a good thing, though. It might be a good thing. It might be a good thing. Mark's got to do what he's got to do. You know, this is a requirement. This is an absolute requirement. You don't get to have a big business in the United States of America and oppose the United States government. It's just not going to happen. It's just reality, people. And this is about adulting, right? This is just about growing up. That's all. It's about growing up. All right. I wouldn't raise Alex Jones to Trump's to Tubman status. I'm not raising the Tubman status. I'm Brother Dave. I'm putting them in the same category. They are the same alt category. They oppose the mainstream on both sides. She opposed the North and the South. And well, Alex, but he kind of sold out towards the end, though. But he was an alt voice. Towards the end, he became like a Trumper. Before that, he was anti-establishment. So the point is, though, there's always an alt voice. And history always shows the alt voice was right. They were always right. That whatever controls all of this nonsense, it always controls both sides, because they love power. They love money. They love all the things that keep the rest of us enslaved. But the problem is not enough of us know that we are slaves. And enough of us, if we don't know that, then there's nothing anybody can do to help us. There's nothing the Tubmans, the alts, can do to help us. There's nothing the moderates can do to help us. There's nothing anybody can do, because we're going to keep playing this game. It's a Mickey Mouse left, right, left, right, left, right. Take the rights, get more power, more slavery. And nobody's saying nothing. Everybody's just gaslit, smiling. Going to work. I'm going to go to work. I'm going to make my money. I'm going to save up. I'm not going to do anything about it, you know. So what did Madeline say? Yes, Alex Jones is a boil on the butt of America. He is, Madeline. I think he's crazy. I think he's a little nuts. I think he's like a shock jock. I think he makes a lot of stuff up. I think he shakes sugar on things. I think he just wants to make a lot of money. I'm not an Alex Jones fan. I used to listen to him, but the thing is, he did get a lot right, and so they shut him down. But he was more of like a moderate. I don't know if he's a moderate for the right voice, kind of, sort of, something like that. But now it's time for the left. So they took out Telesur. Who's next? Who's next? You know, it's just a crapshoot. It's just a gamble. And Facebook has to go with it. So, and this is why I don't get on the whole hate Facebook thing. Hate book. Zuckerberg. I see your memes. I think it's funny. But I don't chime in, because I'm not confused about what this is. We built a massive metropolis of a matrix of a police state, and they think they own the damn world. Everything in the world. And now it's time to run tell that. And so what they're doing with Linda, hold on, let me try and delete Linda. They did it, boop. They're making the Lindas go away, because y'all not allowed to tell on the deep state. You can tell on each other. Long as you fit in a category, you fit in your cattle fencing, you can tell on each other, but damn it, you ain't gonna tell on the deep state. You know, like they're getting on me. They're getting me saying, why are you always talking about America? You always negative on America. I'm not negative on America. I am not. I love where I live, and I love the people I live around. You know what I don't love? I don't love people who murder people. I don't love that. Let me show you a picture. I'm gonna show you a picture. Let me show you what I don't love. Speak about what I don't love. I don't love the fact that, where my image at? Boom! I don't love conflict minerals. I don't love that y'all shoving kids in holes to get your coal tan so everybody can have cell phones. I don't like modern slavery. I don't like sex slavery. I don't like pedophilia. I don't like sex trafficking. I don't like human trafficking. I don't like all the things that Telesur was telling everybody of what was going on. That's what I don't like. And whoever fits in the box of who's doing it, that's a problem. Those people are a problem. So if you say that because this is how we get in trouble, right? It's the labels. You know, say, well, stop attacking America. I'm not attacking America. America attacking everybody else. Look around the world. Who attacking everybody? It's not me. I'm just saying, stop killing each other. We evolved out of violence a very long time ago. And we need to step that up. Let me see. As long as they keep us divided into left and right, they will continue taking away the rights. Exactly, Joyce Hernandez. As long as people stay in these little birth categories and they do exactly what they're told to by their governments, really bad things gonna happen. It's like Lula right now. Lula, they just marched across Brazil for Lula. Did y'all see that? People marched across Brazil to get him out of prison and run him and put him back in the president. Why? Because the people in there are super dirty, corrupt. They're just mimicking America. Not America, which America, Britain, which Britain mimicked the Roman Empire, and they just mimicked the Huns, and they just mimicked Genghis Khan, and they just mimic. It's just a bunch of mimicking back to the Egyptians and Sumerians. So it's always the same thing. It's always the same thing of how you get dumb people divided up and steal everything they got. So that's what I'm saying. South America, y'all need to move. I don't know where you're gonna move to. I don't know, because the whole world, they don't like immigrants. Nobody like no daggone immigrants anymore. Jesus Christ was an immigrant. Nobody like no immigrants. But you need to move away from resources. If you own a ranch anywhere in South America, you got some cobalt and some tin, aluminum, anything like that in the ground, you better get the hell out of Dodge, because Telesur is not going to save you. They are not allowed to report on anything. No, Sarita, they're not about to purge the blacks. Sarita, girl, they purging everybody. Everybody. Anybody who knows what's going on. Who gets purged first? The first purge for the poor people. Okay, that's the first purge. Poor people all over the world. They come in all colors, shapes, sizes, genders, ages. They're purging the hell out of them. Look at Yemen. They're purging the hell out of those people. And the next group probably be, which is kind of where we are right now, they're purging anybody who's talking about truthful things. Anybody that hasn't picked a side. Anybody who's not black, white, Asian, Spanish, American, Yemen, Gaza, Israel, Jewish, Muslim. Anybody who's just like, you know what, don't murder people. Don't murder people. We can solve our problems like adults. We can actually have conversations and negotiations. That's who they're coming for next. And after that, it's going to be the rest of everybody else. People can hide in their fences all they want. We go, we can get around the brothers. Brothers going to protect us. We're going to, when they get the murder drones out, that's it. That's it. There's no purpose for humanity anymore. There's no purpose for human labor. Going back to the beginning of time, that's the only reason currency exists. The only reason I'm doing a little brief review, because I see a lot of new faces. I'll make sure that people understand where I'm coming from. Money is going away. You don't get to keep it. Money is for corporations. And the only reason they invented money was for human labor. And if humans aren't doing the labor every day, more robots and more software are taking the jobs, why do you think money will stick around? Money's going away. And when it's gone, what are you going to do to eat? Once they get rid of your ability to grow your own food, they get rid of your seeds, you don't know how to, you forgot your ancient ways and how to take care of yourself. You trusted in the government to keep taking care of you, and the government works for the corporations, and now the corporations have robots and software doing your job. You disappear. The same way they did Telesur. You just disappear. They just get rid of you. And that's the truth. It's an ugly truth. And I'm not an anti-automation guy. I'm just a positive. How about we stop fighting each other? How about poor people stop fighting poor people? How about stop blaming Alex Jones? Stop blaming Telesur. Stop, seeing colors and races and all that stuff, and just start saying, you know what? I don't think this is going to end well for my kids. How about we prioritize the next generation over our generation? How about we kind of take it on the chin a little bit? Why? Because we live good. We lived high on the hog for a very long time. How about we start acting more alternative? How about we go back? Harry, did she look happy? Look at Harry, y'all. Okay. She got to a time where she had to do some foul things. Does she look happy? Do you want to look that way? Do you want to have that snarl on your face? Huh? Do you want to walk around with a shotgun? I don't think you do. And I damn sure don't think you want your kids to. We have an opportunity to shut this stuff down. And that's why I don't understand why people are still playing this old Trump versus the deep state and Obama was a good president. You need to watch that video from Jimmy Dore. He explained, he went through everybody from the Obama administration where they went. They all went to Wall Street to sell you out. Because they sold you out while they were in office. And now when they finally got out, like, okay, the act's over, cut. The Wall Street, the Hollywood thing was over. They all went to make their money. Why? Because they know what's coming. They all on the inside. They all know what's coming. The only one who doesn't know what's coming is us. We are the only gaslit ones. We are the gaslit ones we've been waiting for, y'all. That's why I like that saying. Y'all like to say that. We are the gaslit ones we were waiting for. The media tells us what to believe. You trust everything that comes out of ABC, NBC, Fox News, CNN, MSNBC, MSN to go fight the Nazis to fight the neo-Nazis, and then you find out the real Nazis own all your social media. It's shutting down anybody that's talking about anything that's against the empire. That's why it's about NATO. It's always, NATO is just a force for lies. It's always about empire, imperialism, and police state, you know? And I said, people, you know, if you don't get it, then you ask me some questions. We can kind of go through it. My friends are here to answer some questions for you. But this is what we talk about. We don't have a lot of time to talk about it. Our entire government is corrupt. Yes, it is, Sherry, from top to bottom, and it always has been, and it won't ever change. Why? Because government, the whole purpose of government is corruption and keeping people in line. Like somebody posted something the other day, I was reading it, and it basically says something to the effect of, you got those who own the world, and then you got the citizens, and you got all the slaves. And it kind of explained that those who own the world are people we will never get to know. They're the people who own banks. They're the people who print currencies. They own the corporations that print the currencies, like the Federal Reserve and the central banks. And then you got the citizens. And guess who the citizens are? Government. The government and the billionaires. And at the bottom of that is the governments. You know, those are the lords. They're the citizens. Everybody else, you're just a worker. That's all you are. You work and you die. And you teach your kids to work and then they die. And you teach your next kids to work and they die. And this is what we talked about yesterday, the difference between captives and slaves. Harry Tubman was not a slave. Harry Tubman was a captive. And damn it, she knew it. And she went back and she saved everybody she could because she was a captive. She knew she was physically captured. And this is not her life. This is not who she's supposed to be. You need to work on being a captive, not a slave, not the slave mind. That we have a chattel. I don't have the word for it. It's not chattel. It is a form of chattel slavery, but it's like a form of chattel monocultural slavery that we keep handing to our kids and forcing them to just grow up and think, oh, this is what we're supposed to do in life. Every other creature on the planet run around this planet free, shaking the booty, doing the thing, everybody migrating. But the human beings, y'all try to migrate. Oh, hell no, we got some borders for you. We got border patrol. We're shooting at you. So you can't migrate out of a bad place because you're a slave. Slaves don't get to migrate. The bees, they can migrate. The hummingbirds, the butterflies, they can all migrate. The rest of you, slaves. And you teach your kids, no, you're supposed to be good on monoculture. You're supposed to go to school, get your education. You're supposed to go to job, and you're supposed to get a job working for massa. But you got to work the cotton gin better than everybody else. You got to work that cotton gin. In fact, you got to be, and it's the same thing, you got to be a lawyer on the cotton gin. You got to be a banker on the cotton gin. You got to be an engineer or a doctor on the cotton gin. And it's the same damn thing. It's the same damn, just shucking and jiving. Same damn thing, the slave mind. Teaching your kids to be slaves. It has to stop. Let me see. The bear wants honey. The bear will find ways to get your honey. Honey. Your job to protect it till it's your job to protect it till the right bear comes along. It is, Augustine, and that's how it works over on YouTube. That's how it works. The bear wants his honey. The bear gonna get his honey. Right? The people who control all of these political parties, they control all the governments, the corporations that are big enough, they're going to get their honey by one way or another. And it's going to be your honey. So South America, y'all need to move. Y'all need to move away. So how do we get the governments of the world to shut down? Brother Jerry, how do we get the governments of the world to shut down? Brother Jerry, I don't pretend that I know everything because I damn sure don't know nothing. We're always lied to about everything. The only thing that I do know about those governments that it's not their fault. I don't blame governments. I don't blame, because everyone in the government who speaks up, what happens to them? They get disappeared. They meet Jimmy Hoffa. They get buried. I think half the time there's a large portion of the government who's like, you know what? I want to make my own decisions. I'm grown. I'm going to make my own decisions. I'm potty trained. I'm going to do my own thing. But they're not allowed to do their own thing. Why? Because money is king. Money makes the world go round. Now, mind you, love keeps it up, but money makes the world go round. So you got to take their money, brother. That's the first step. First point. They can't have the money. Because if money is what controls the politicians, then you got to take the money from whoever's controlling the politicians. And that might actually give citizens a little piece of something to make a little bit of a change before all of this falls apart. You know, so that's the step one. Step one, you can't work for those corporations. You got to stop cheering the monopolies. Got to stop showing off the shoes, buying the new gold watch and the shirt, the labels. Like any of these big corporations, if you got a corporation that's got more than 20,000 employees, you shouldn't be working for them. You shouldn't be buying from them. You shouldn't be cheering them. You shouldn't be reviewing their products. You damn sure shouldn't be showing their label anywhere. The first thing you do is you take the money from the people who buy your politicians, because electing the politicians is pointless. Money decides what they do. Money decides their votes. Money decides if they get to live or die. And then you think, well, I think we'll get Bernie in, we'll get, Jesse Ventura, we'll get Oprah. Yeah, people line up the next time. It does not matter. You're not talking about billions of dollars. Oprah can't fight that. You kidding me? You got billionaires who are on the inside. There are trillionaires who run all of this. And there are groups of billionaires that run all the billionaires. They will murder anybody. It's just about the bear. Brother Augustine said it's just about the bear and the bear and honey. The bear's going to get his honey. And anybody you put in the way, like I said, I like Ron Paul. I post about Ron Paul, but it doesn't really matter. If he were president, he'd be doing the same thing. It's not a choice. It's not an option. This is why I tell people they got to let go of their Trump phobia. They got to let go of their Russiaphobia. They got to let go of their Obama phobia. They got to let go of all of this nonsense and agree to a point that, you know what? We're going to listen to the alt people from the past. We're going to listen to the alt Tubmans. We're going to listen to the people, and we're going to join an underground railroad and start talking about the truth, because the truth soon will be gone. But the truth is the only thing that can set people free. And that's just the reality of it. That's how I see it. Let me see. We hand down Stockholm syndrome to our children and they pass it on to their children. Exactly, hey, hon, and that's why it's so sustainable. Slavery is a massively sustainable system, this human farming system post-colonization, because, think about it. Like just think about it for just 1 minute. The majority of minorities that come from other countries in America right now, they all support slavery on the left. All of them. They don't understand it. They don't know it. And they hand it down to their kids. That it's a good idea to keep buying these cotton cell phones. That is a good idea, but then they look back and they criticize slavery. And they don't understand the message that Alt Tubman left, which was they're all corrupt. You need to free people. And you free people's minds and they can think, and you free their bodies, then we can get somewhere. But as long as you're teaching your kids to have the same problems you have with Stockholm syndrome and gaslit, we can't get nowhere. As a 7 billion population of one race of human beings, we can't get anywhere because of all the tribalism. They own all the sides. They own all the groups. Like, you think people, I grew up and I saw the most elite black people you'd ever want to see. Driving the Benzes, BMWs, right outside the outskirts of Chocolate City. And I'll keep telling you, and I tell you every day to Sunday, they hate black poor people. They hate white poor people. They hate middle class, they poor people, black, white, Asian, Hispanic. They don't give a damn about anybody but themselves. Psychopaths come in all races, groups, sizes, colors, religions. And if you're in any of these little farming groups, you're not helping. You're not helping at all, because the leaders of all of your groups are all sellouts. This is about the 7 billion human being game where we all go away. Let me see. None of you are victims or being abused beyond your control. You refuse to accept the discomfort of change. So the only thing to do is complain. Well, I disagree, Jay. I disagree. Very rarely do I disagree with you, brother. I disagree with that only because of science. I only disagree because of neuroscience and epigenetics and behavioral science. When people are raised with hate, they will hate. When people are raised with poverty, they will hate. When people are raised in scarcity, people become their environments, right? And so there are some people, but I agree with you from the fact that there are the majority of people look at this and they're like, no, I don't have nothing to do with that. They didn't put the gaslit right back on, Brother Jay. They're like, and they go right back to doing what they're doing because they don't want to make that change. They don't want to not buy. They already lining up to buy the next BMW. They don't want to change that, But then there are some people, though, who are really locked in. And they were born as slaves on the plantation in the South. And it's our job to be the alt Tubmans to go get those people, right? So there's all different types of people. And if anything, my message is to those types of people is I would encourage you that if anything anybody's posting here is making any kind of sense, if anything I'm saying is making any kind of sense, You need to friend those people. You need to listen to more of what they have to say. You need to maybe listen sometimes more what I have to say. And then you need to post what you know, right? Because the fact is we all have been lied to and none of us know the truth because the plantation is phenomenal at lying to us. And very soon, this alt media thing, this opposing the deep state thing, this trying to tell the truth and talk about solution stuff, the opposing imperial forces of whatever's colonizing this planet, it's going to go away. And when it goes away, you better hope you already have the information and understand, because this is going to be this is going to be facebook.gov, facebook.abc, facebook.cnn, facebook.msnbc, facebook.fox to keep everybody in their fences. Let me see. Explain standing on your own power, how to act. Explain standing on your own power and how to act. Well, Mary, we talk about that, right? Standing on your own power. You're standing on your own truth. You're standing on for yourself. You're off-gridding. You're off-gridding everything. Off-grid, and I don't mean just your power. Like that's, when people say off-grid, they're not talking about your power. When you live in a time where everything's corrupt, everything's dirty, everything's a lie, you got to off-grid everything. Off-grid your intellect. Off-grid your news. Off-grid your food, off-grid your water, off-grid everything. When you own you, when you can take care of you, when you can take care of your family, and it doesn't even have to be 100%, but when you can take care of your own, then you can make your own decisions. Now, does that mean that they won't send somebody to knock on your door, some black helicopters, and some men in black to put you away? No, they still might do that. You can't stop that. The only way to stop that is if enough people wake up fast enough. But the more you are empowered as a sovereign, like one of the things that Brother Emrys and Jay and Jessica talk about is sovereignty, right? Removing your consent for these systems. When you off-grid all of these things and you're no longer participating, then you have power. Then you can make your own decisions. But right now, you need their medications. You're sick because you're eating your processed food and you're eating your pesticide and herbicide and stuff. Can't figure out why you're sick. And you need your drugs to get up in the morning. You need that. They got you. Because the minute they need to change your mind, all they got to do is take it away. All they got to do is take it away. That's how you can take this, the kindest pastor, and you starve his family, he will go and murder everybody next door to get food. You know, the kings and the lords know how to control us. They've been doing this a long time. They first make you weak. They break away your ties to the ancient past and how to take care of yourself, anything that makes you strong. And then they can deny you the water. They can force you to do whatever they want you to do. Let me see. Most people aren't self-aware enough to get it. I'm afraid they're not. You know, all we can do, Brother Gown, is talk to who we can talk to. That's it. For as long as they allow us to talk, before they shut it down. Because one day they're going to do this, Mark, because y'all pissed them off. Mark was enjoying his life. He was jet skiing. He was climbing the mountains. He was just hanging out on the yacht partying, you know, doing his thing. And all of a sudden get a phone call. Hey, hello? It's Congress. Damn it, Congress. What y'all want? What y'all want? Oh, well, we got some complaints that Russia stole the election. Oh, well, hang on, y'all turn the music down. What? Russia stole the election and used your platform to do it. I had nothing to do with that. But he used your platform. I don't think they used my platform. You know, you're going to have to come and testify. And what did Mark do? He went to testify. He said, oh, damn it, man. You got all these butt naked people just all on my boat party. And now I got to stop and go do this and go deal with Congress. Man, y'all going to get it. Y'all going to get it. So he went, had to testify, stopped his billionaire life because y'all whining and crying about Russia and Trump and all this other silly stuff that don't matter and don't mean a damn thing in the grand scheme of any damn thing. And what Mark come back? All right, what y'all wanted. Y'all keep playing this game. Mark Zuckerberg, Joyce, that's what we're talking about, on Facebook. And Mark's like, all right, that's what y'all want. Y'all really want a truth media? Y'all want a truth ministry running your social media? Okay, I don't have a choice because the American government said I had to do it, and he's going for it. So Mark's tapping on people's shoulders. Hey, you don't get to stay here. You saying truthful things. The empire doesn't like you. You stopping the police state. Nope. You gotta go. You know, so I don't blame Mark. I don't blame him at all. It's just, this is how it goes. When poor people turn on poor people always pay the price. That's just a fact. That's why I don't have any issue with the white nationalists. I don't have any issue with them. It's not a thing. Not a thing. They aren't a threat. They aren't a problem. I actually know their problem. We know their problems. We know very well why they have problems and who they have problems with. And now we know that they're blaming the wrong people. But instead of blaming them and fighting with them, we need to be fighting with the people that are like murdering people all over the world. Like I was saying yesterday, we marching in DC against some, was it like 7 white nationalists show up and 700,000 people showed up to protest 7 white nationalists. And meanwhile, you got the CDC rolling out vaccines that are shown to be giving black kids autism, and y'all not protesting that? Like, I'm just like, come on, man. Focus on a root cause or something. Do something that helps sometimes, but it's information. And that's why they're shutting it down. I got a friend now, she can't even post videos. My friends stay in Facebook jail. They don't get to get out, you know. But again, you got to blame the root cause. You got to target the root cause. It has absolutely nothing to do with poor people. There isn't a poor person anywhere on this planet that's got anything to do with your problems. All your problems come from billionaires, trillionaires, banks, and big business. Focus on them. Stop fighting with the poor people. Don't be scared enough to take on the real monster. Obama was probably on that boat with Mark. Yeah, he was, Sharon. You know he was. You know he was. And Trump was on there too. Clinton was on there. Henry Kissinger was on there. Putin on there too. They all just drinking, laugh, dance. We done got them suckers. They done. look what somebody just posted. Fools. They just dumb as the day is long. You know, because they're lords. They got that lord status. They got that citizenship status. They're in the in crowd. It's a big club and you ain't in it. And we out here fighting each other. Like, they just so dumb. They got the glasses. They don't drink coffee. They're drinking like the finest. Like, ting. We done got it. Look how dumb they are. They just stupid as the day. What Obama on his first speech got $400,000 for the banks? His first speech. His first one. $400,000. $400,000. You can't even fit $400,000 in your house. And he's like, oh, he gonna help poor people. He gonna help us. No, he's not. That's not the job, baby. Not the job. That is not the job. The office of the president. But it's the same thing with the poor folks on the other side, on the right. They're like, Trump gonna help us. Trump gonna help us. Trump gonna take on the deep state. Trump ain't taking on a daggone. Trump is taking on his kids and the future of them being citizens and dominating your kids. That's what he's taking on. Your kids will be his slaves, like their kids will be Obama slaves, and us in the middle like, yo, Harriet, yo, we not they, none of them is on your side. They billionaires, they don't like you, they don't care about you. So that's why I call Harriet Tubman is the queen of all. She always has been, and we need to be more like her. Paying it forward. Jonathan is paying it forward. That's exactly what it is, paying it forward. That's it. The kings stay in power. It's the feudal system has never come to an end. The peasants still act like peasants. We still can't seem to figure out the other poor dude with the pitchfork over there tilling the ground is on my side. The only difference is it's not a tiller in his hand. He got a laptop now, and he works for Goldman Sachs, and you work for Citigroup. That's the only difference now. It's still a pitchfork. You're still a slave. You still work for them. And when the robot's in place, you go on away. That's just how it works. What we got? The root cause is evil. Recognizing is half the battle won already. Thank you, Ish. Exactly, on YouTube. Who's that? G.I. Joe? Did you hit me with a G.I. Joe quote? She hit me with a Ish hit me with a G.I. Joe quote. You did the G.I. Joe. You hit my childhood. That's right. Knowing is half the battle. Knowing might be 80% of the battle, actually, to be honest with you, because if you don't know who to fight, if you don't know how to fight, we're not talking violence. We are not talking any sort of violence. We are not talking any kind of a revolution other than a love revolution, an intellectual revolution, an empathetic revolution, a revolution of consciousness. But if you don't know who to fight, you're useless to everybody. You're actually fighting for the people that you need to be fighting. As you got to know, knowing is half the battle. Psychopaths come in all colors, shapes, sizes, and religions. You cannot team up with anybody for anything like that. Let me see. He bailed the banks out and got paid afterwards. Exactly. And he's still getting paid, Jonathan. Obama will be the next billionaire. And you got poor people clapping him like this. Yeah, they just clap like Obama gonna be a billionaire. Billionaire. He gonna help us. He gonna come save us. He coming to the ghetto. He going, yes. No, he ain't. And if you got any questions, you need to go ask somebody in Africa who lives around an African base. He ain't coming to save nobody. That brother's saving himself. Same thing Trump is doing, same thing Clinton would be doing, same thing Bernie would be doing if he was in office. That's just how it works. It's an ugly world, but you got to pull up your training drawers. You got to pull them up. Just damn it, I don't like it, but that's true. That's this world is just dirty and corrupt. You don't have to tell me. I didn't saw them light skinned brothers coming a long time ago, but that's just me. I'm not saying nothing. Johnny, brother Johnny, come around. I didn't seen it a long time ago. You know, it's like BET. If you had light skin, green eyes, your hair was like a little soft, oh, you could be on BET. You look like me? Hell no. I didn't see that coming a long ways away. When he went and he started talking about when he said the bailouts are bad, I was like, man, we might have something in Obama. And all of a sudden he said the bailouts were good. Oh, that's the end of Obama. He's just done. He's done. That was before he was a president. I walked away from that a long time ago. Um, but like I said, I don't believe nobody. I'm a skeptic. I listen to what people say, and I don't really give a damn what you say. I'm gonna watch what you do. And when he stepped in and he started working for the big corporations, that's it. That's it. Same thing with Trump. Gave him a chance. Y'all know. I sat there and my Trump folks, I sat back and said, all right, we're gonna give him a chance. Give him a chance. Give him a chance. Y'all shut up. Give him a chance. Shut up. Give him a chance. I kept doing that. Lost a lot of friends doing that. But he finally got in office. He started doing what Obama was doing. He started doing what Bush was doing. He was acting like here's a good question. Here's a good question. Name one war that Obama, Trump, McCain, and Bernie and all the rest of them. Name one war they all don't agree on. Can't do it because they all agree. Because they don't have the ability to agree. Because those businesses that run governments tell them what they will agree with. That's just how it goes. Um, Gaslighting. Hold on. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Gaslighting. Not finessing it, dude. Gaslighting and not finessing it. Yeah, well, it's all gaslighting. It's all gaslighting from top to bottom. They control the media. They control what people see. And social media, very soon, they can control everything that people see. So that's why you got to go out to tell a story. You gotta sign up to their website. You got to subscribe to them, watch them on YouTube, everywhere else. Because apparently they're saying something that the empire does not want being said. Not Facebook, the empire. Therefore, you need to listen. You know, you don't like Alex Jones, but he's been silenced. You probably need to go sign up and listen to what he's saying. You know, and people say, oh, it's controlled opposition. I don't care nothing about controlled opposition. What I care about is what does the king not want me to hear? Whatever the kings and the lords and the people who own the future of my kids that are going to make them slaves, I want to know what they don't want me to hear. That's the only important thing. And in between the sex alien, molester, transdimensional, whatever, I just tune that out. Tune that part out. I ain't listened to him in years, but I probably need to. I don't have a lot of time. I haven't had a chance to go out there and join up. But he apparently must be saying something that's true. People rarely talk about the nuclear family too. We used to live with 2 or 3 generations under one roof. It was your village that helped each other. Exactly, Jeannie. And thank you. The destruction of the family, big part of it, huge part of it. Why? Because the smallest financial fighting group, you know, in our economies is the family. But we screw it up. We messed it up. We've broken the nuclear family. I mean, from divorce to divorce courts and modernizing and normalizing all of that type of behavior to kids going to college, getting a job, not coming home. They used to come home and build a house right on dad's property because everybody owned all this property. Everybody sold after the Industrial Revolution. And so the family stayed together. So your kids grew up with the uncles and the grandparents and you passed down that culture. Everybody looked out for each other. Government came on your land, get your little kids, get that little, what is that from the movie? Oh, brother, where art thou? To get the little 22. The government, my daddy said I was supposed to shoot anybody from the bank. Y'all from the bank. You know, they got together and they were strong and the government was weak. And they had peace. A lot of them had a lot of peace and a lot of freedom, but people let the destruction of the family come. They gave up the farms. They felt it was easier, more convenient, moved to the city, sold the land. And guess what happened? Now we're weak. And now the people who are even gaslit, who hear and understand some of this, they can't even do anything about it because they're locked in. They need the drugs. They need the job. They need the money. They need the car. They need everything just to put food on the table. And if you control the food system, you control the people. That's just a fact. Let me see. The devil is wise because he's old, not because he's the devil. Now that America is getting old, we've become a devil too. I have to think about that, Augustine. That's pretty deep. The devil is wise because he's old. Yes, getting old makes you wise, not because he's the devil. Now that America's getting old, we've become the devil too. I think that's what it comes down to. I think I think it's about power. Like one of the things I really truly believe is we're not supposed to have power over each other. We haven't evolved enough to tell anyone what to do with their life, with their body, with their abortions, with their vaccines, with their anything, with their rights. We're not evolved to that point, because anytime we get that power, we seem to become corrupted. And I think what's happening is basically what you're saying, which I totally agree, is at a certain point in time, you become so big and powerful that the default kicks in. And it was a difference when the default was just the kings and the lords, and they were at the top. But now you got big corporations at the top. The thing about a king at the top, Augustine, I think, is a king might have a little empathy. The queen, she might have a little empathy. She's still human. She's still, I'm only gonna murder so many people. Do the gulag to you, put you in the cage. I'm only gonna do so much to the people, and then my humanity kicks in. Systems, corporations, they have no hearts. They have no empathy. Boards, they only have a bottom line. Anything they can get away with, they're going to get away with. And so I think, that age of an empire and power is one part of the story, but there's a sicker part of the story we don't think about, is that back then, they were people that did all the things that make the dark ages dark. Now we got systems and corporations that don't give two halves of a damn. The darkness that was in the dark ages is nowhere compared to the darkness that I think that we're in now, and that's coming in the very near future. Let me see. I have people who work in trust with me. All right. Okay, Brother Jay. Not sure where we're going there. Yes, Grammy kept an eye on everyone. Yeah, she did, Jeannie. Yes, she did. She had that shotgun too. You better not walk through the rose bushes. Get a little 22 in your butt. Grandma didn't play. Grandma, we need to go back to being people that don't play. That's about it. I'm not saying nothing about guns. They always say, I'm ready to flag them, brother. No, I'm not saying that. What I'm simply saying is we need the people who don't play. We need to go back to being the tigers and the wolves that don't let anybody mess with our kids. We need to go back to standing up for each other and standing up for each other's communities, whether we agree with the other community or not. You're poor, I'm poor. Neither one of us got $1 billion in the bank. So we are natural allies. I'm not going to let anybody come for you. You don't let nobody come for me. I stand up for your rights. You stand up for mine. Doesn't matter what country you're in. Doesn't matter. All I know is you're not running things, so you're not my problem. And if we ever get that smart, then we'll have something. Feminism, Nixon's idea to double the tax base, the beginning of the end of the nuclear family. Yeah, but and Sharon, and so I agree with you. I agree with you. Feminism, yes, but not the beginnings of feminism, right? Because what do? They always play us with good ideas, right? Same with the civil rights movement, anything else. They always every movement starts like grassroots on some good ideas. Seems like a good idea at the time. And it was a good idea at the time, right? Women need to be equals. We need to do these things. The minority communities, they needed to be equal. But once we are headed in the right direction, the normal people leave the movement. And I mean the normal people, not the non-psychopaths, because again, psychopaths bubble to the top of everything. After we're heading in a progression, the feminists who just wanted equality, they just step away. Okay, well, we're heading in the right direction. That's good. The psychopaths who want the power, they stay. And they don't want equality. They want superiority. And then this is when the sides play. And it's the same thing with the civil rights movements and everything else. When they're done heading in the right direction and grandma and everybody go back to doing what they're doing, then the psychopaths, they take over. People step back and say, oh, it's okay. They're black. They're going to do the right thing. They're not, they don't want a black supremacy. Oh, hell yeah, they did. Oh, hell yeah. And they pushed as hard as they could. And what did it do? Pissed off the poor people on the other side. And these movements, but this is why we got to get off of these labels. We got to get up. We don't need to say women's rights. We don't need to say minority rights. We don't need to say, alternative lifestyle rights. We just need to say rights. Everybody has a right to be themselves and self-determine whatever they got. We don't need the labels. Everybody stands up for everybody else. And we don't have any of these problems, It's like, who's the blues brother I like to mention? The one who goes to the KKK, the black dude goes to the KKK and, has the meetings with him. One of the things he explained, if you watch his videos, he said that these people aren't racist. These people don't hate me. They don't hate black people. The vast majority are just poor white folks who want jobs. And nobody stood up for them. And one day the KKK came to town and they said, I'll get your jobs back in the factory. I'll organize you. You know, this group has that and that group has that organization and that group has that organization. You don't have anybody. And so if you're sitting there and you're poor, yeah, you're going to go along with it. I'll stand with anybody that's going to help me get a job. You know, and they keep playing us against ourselves. And so, you know what I constantly see is I constantly see that we all fail because we all still believe in these birth labels. We got to let all of them go. And the birth label organizations, they all got to go. All of them. I'm sorry, NAACP, all of them. And any new name that you have, because it all fulfills a narrative and it all still backs up this idea that we need to be divided up. And the base ideal about division came from colonization. It came from the colonizers and the people who own this world. So this is what I'm saying. All of that has to go because you end up perpetuating what you're fighting. And you can't win Monopoly if you're playing by, well, listen, you can't beat, who makes Monopoly? Who makes the game Monopoly? I don't know. It's not, is it Warner Brothers? Not Warner Brothers. It's something brothers, not the Koch brothers, but you can't beat them because they write the rules. If they wrote the rules to Monopoly, how are you going to play their game by their rules and beat them? You can't beat them. You can beat other people that are playing, but you can't beat the makers of the rule. You can't beat the banks. You can't beat the big banking cartels. You can't beat central banking. You can't beat those who print the currencies. You can't beat them because they wrote the rules. And if they wrote the rules, somebody just said it, Parker Brothers, Milton Brothers, one of them brothers, they ain't no damn brothers, bastards. The Milton bastards, Milton Bradley bastards. But they wrote the rules. If you are playing by their rules and you believe that you're Christian, you're supposed to fight Islam, you're white, supposed to fight black, you're black, supposed to fight white, you're this, you're Jew, you're supposed to fight the Palestinian. If you actually believe this, then you've already lost. Your generations have lost. You completely lost. You'll never win. You have to flip the script. You can't play by their rules. You have to look at what they need and take it from them. They need you playing. They need you rolling the dice. They need you walking around that board. They need you fighting with your friends. You know, because how we used to play Monopoly, we go sit down, and I got my brother over there, sister over there. We playing, we love each other and everything. Now we sitting down playing Monopoly. I'm going to take what's yours. Playing by the rules. In the end, we all lose. In the end, we all lose. Why? I say that's not true. Because in Monopoly, one person wins. And you say, I won. I got all this money. Got everybody money lined up. Everybody got that. You know that sad Monopoly face? Like, I just got beat at Monopoly. That little sad face the kids have. I got all this money in front of me. With fractional reserve banking, all that money in front of me, it means I owe back 150 times what I got in front of me. I lost too. That's how the system's set up. System is a screw. It's screwing us. But we have to step away. We have to completely step away, or all of our kids lose. This is what I'm saying. And this is why I'm doing the Underground Railroad this morning, right? Harriet Tubman, she was the queen of alt. She did everything she could. She worked with everybody she could of every race who had houses in the North and the South because they were all alt people, all of them. The whole Underground Railroad, full of people who were not her color in the South to get other people who were her color out of the South. You got to lay down these labels. That's what alt is. That is what being alt is. Not fitting in the birth shoes. It's not being tribal. It's saying, let's do the right thing. We got to free people. Always do the right thing. That was a movie. Y'all got to watch the movie. Let me see. Made the game and the rules stacked against the masses. Exactly, Sandra. You get it. You totally get it. I always appreciate you having you on here. You completely get it. They stack us against each other and they take the whole kitty home. Most of us know how their system works. I think most of us know, Mary, and a lot of us, and Brother Jay's right, a lot of us are scared. A lot of people, they look at it and they don't want to, like, you know, but my retirement, but my Benz, but I just got to make my kid to compete with the other kids and steal more than what they can steal with corporations that are all unprofitable. You know, people that got those hesitations and they got to get away from that fear. If you knew the rules, you wouldn't have to play by the corrupt ones. Exactly, Brother Jay. That's why I got people like you who study the laws. You know, and you got to come. You actually got to come back on the show and talk about consent. You and Brother Emrys. But you have to study. You really have to study how we get screwed. You always got to look back at history, and you got to qualify history with today. And this is the link that I'm making between Harriet Tubman and the alt voices, not just Alex Jones, but Telesur, all of them, all of the ones who have an anti-colonization message, because that's what they all have. Not Alex Jones, because he, again, towards the end, Alex is just really, he bought that Trump thing. He didn't bid it and just nose brown. He just dove right in. But before that, he was anti-establishment, you know, and so he was alt. Like some of the other ones, like you talk about was it TYT, the Young Turks, Chank, can't stand the guy. Sorry, don't like you. No, I love you. No, it's not that. I can't watch you anymore because you sold out. The minute you said Hillary, I was like, okay, I'm done. You're not anti-establishment anymore. You didn't sold out the Underground Railroad. You obviously picked a side. You're not alternative. You're not trying to fix anything. You're trying to keep this going. Same thing with the Daily Show. What's the guy that hates Aboriginal women? Thinks they're all ugly. Trevor Noah, can't watch him either. Nope. Listen, while y'all are alt and you're in the middle and you're talking moderate stuff, you're not trying to get people back to their tribalism and sides and picking sides. I agree with you. But the minute you sell out and you start promoting that other stuff, I can't go with it. I can't. I'm here to say I'm here for the future. That's my whole point. Future. The kids are more important than us. Every generation has to sacrifice more of what they got to give the kids more of what they deserve. And that'll never happen as long as we keep playing by their rules. As long as you still think that you were born into your shoes and those shoes you were born into, you use that privilege to group up with people around you who look like you, sound like you, talk like you, do like you, against other poor people. You are the problem. We love you, but you're the problem. You're gaslit. You're lost. And all we're trying to do is we're trying to say, come home. We're trying to say, we miss you. We miss you not working for the banks. We miss you not working for the establishment that's going to screw it all for all of us. Come home. The good thing about us, you don't have to be right with us. None of us think we're right. All we do is have discussions like respectful adults. None of us think we're right. None of us know it all. We're all being lied to. But the only way that we know where we're all being lied to is everybody contributing a little bit piece of what they know. Like this matrix is a big, nasty, funky puzzle that's just, we're all lost in. But none of it is so decompartmentalized, nobody has it all. Everybody's got to pick a little piece and drop a little bit in the bucket. And when everybody drops a little bit in the bucket, in the truth bucket, before they delete all of this and shut all of this down, it all goes away. So anyway, was it Jeannie? I let Jeannie have the last comment. She said, we want real options. Yes, Jeannie, and we make our own options. The Monopoly brothers, the Koch brothers, the Warner brothers, the Brother Brothers. I don't know who makes Monopoly. Somebody posted. I already forgot already. I'm getting old. But whoever makes all that, they're not going to give you real options. What are their options? You can be a thimble. You can be a horse. You can be a wheelchair. You can be, what are the other Monopoly tools? You can be something else. About 5, 7 options. That's all you got. Choose one of them. And then fight everybody else for money. Get the property. Steal from what everybody else has. And while y'all going around the board, we're throwing all of y'all in jail. And the one who runs out of the money, we throw you in jail the most. And I dare you, I challenge you to debate that against modern society today. It all makes sense. Anyway, y'all, hey, it's been a great talk. Thanks for joining in this morning. If you are not subscribed to me on YouTube, you're going to need to. If you're not subscribed on BitChute, I need to spend a little more time over on BitChute. I'm going to do that too, or Periscope, or anywhere else. I love Facebook. That's what I love it. We have great discussions here. We got a great family here. I don't want to leave, but one day, the NATO book is going to say, that's it. You're too anti-war. You're too pro-kid. You're too get people out of their little crazy ignorant thing. And y'all gonna see this brown face. Look, it's gonna go like this. I'm gonna lead just like this. One day I'll be talking. I'll be like, damn it, y'all need to stop the war. And then the screen's gonna go black like this, like boop, and I'm gone. Love y'all. Bye-bye.